From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us here on WBNG for 12 News at 11. I'm Zach Grady. We start tonight in Tioga County, where New York State Police are investigating a fatal domestic incident in Appalachian. Officers responded to a domestic dispute at 10 Deborah Lee Drive around 3:57 this morning. When they arrived, personnel providing life-saving treatment to an injured male and female at the scene. The female died as a result of injuries sustained during the domestic dispute. The injured male subject was transported to Wilson Hospital in Johnson City, where he is currently in stable condition. The incident remains under investigation. Many residents in Endwell received pamphlets on their doorsteps containing anti-Semitic rhetoric after this upsetting news. 12 News was able to catch up with leaders of the local Jewish community here in the greater Binghamton area, and their message was clear, that hate has no home here. After Endwell residents obtained these anti-Semitic messages over the weekend, Rabbi Levi Slonim took this opportunity to remind the local Jewish community that after an event like this, it's best to channel the negative energy and turn the anger into something positive.
Let the law enforcement do what they need to do, crack down on these kinds of things and address these kinds of things in a lawful manner, but as the rest of us, just bring more light and positivity. If you're upset about this, take that energy and channel into something positive for someone today.
Whoever spread these messages of hate over the weekend, the message from the rabbi, it says the best way to express the feelings would be through a conversation, saying spreading hate is never the correct answer. Governor Kathy Hochul recently announced the Cannabis Control Board approved advancing proposed regulations for homegrown cannabis. Under the proposed regulations, New Yorkers over 21 will be permitted to grow up to 3 mature and 3 immature cannabis plants per person, and 6 of each per private residence. These regulations would allow those participating to possess up to 5 pounds of cannabis that has been trimmed from plants grown within their private residence. Local consumers say the regulations could make cannabis users more comfortable by keeping them in the privacy of their own homes.
If people have a plan on growing a plant and they feel safer at their own space, it's better than going, to a dispensary. Sometimes it can be intimidating.
Governor Hochul says the regulations will now advance to a 60-day public comment period. In Broome County, there's been a recent series of car break-ins at Otsenango Park, and the sheriff's office is asking residents to be vigilant in heading there when parking. Over the past week, the sheriff's office responded to 8 break-ins. They say almost all of the break-ins happened during the day. Thieves smashed car windows and stole valuables such as purses, wallets, and credit cards. Lieutenant Joshua Davidson says if you have to leave items in your car, to do so by keeping them out of sight.
Ideally, don't leave items of value in the cars at all. Easier said than done, we understand that. If you do have to leave a purse or a handbag or wallet in the car, have it out of view. So if somebody was to look in the vehicle, they wouldn't see it directly. And best case, lock it in the trunk where it's not easily accessible should a window be broken.
12 News spoke with residents who were in the park on Monday. The news of the break-ins raised concerns to the park goers.
Surprised because I generally think of the park as being very safe, and I really wasn't even aware of the break-ins until you informed me. My mom's over there. I try to walk with her every day if I can, and if I can't, I feel it's fine for her to come on her own. She feels very safe here.
Hager says when she's at the park, she tries to keep her belongings with her and as she goes on walks, and she encourages other residents to do the same. The sheriff's office asks if you see any suspicious activity in the park to call the number that you see here on your screen. Recently, Broome County Sheriff's Office has seen an uptick in phone scams as well. Lieutenant Joshua Davidson explains community members have been receiving phone calls claiming to be the sheriff's office. They are told to bring money or gift cards to a specific location or to the office itself. He assures the community that this is not the sheriff's office and that there are red flags to look out for.
The thing to remember is that the sheriff's office will never call the public and seek out money or ask them or tell them that they have to bring money to somewhere or a gift card or anything else of that nature.
The sheriff says another red flag to look out for is if the area code is not from Broome County. Davidson says that this is happening with bonds and bail as well, with information on inmates being public. People will try to scam the family members of the incarcerated. He says the same red flags apply in this situation as well. Ukraine is running low on weapons and ammunition as it defends its country from the Russian invasion. One reason for the lack of supplies, the U.S. Congress and its inability to pass an aid package. This comes as the Kremlin recently overtook a key city in Ukraine. John Lornick reports.
President Joe Biden says the U.S. can't turn its back on Ukraine and its war against Russia.
The idea that now, when they're running out of ammunition, we walk away, I find it absurd. I find it unethical.
The Senate passed a $95 billion foreign aid bill last week with $60 billion earmarked for Ukraine.
We are counting on this positive decision of the Congress. For us, this package is vital.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer released a statement Sunday demanding that House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Republicans pass the funding bill following the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny.
We must show Putin that he must pay a price for the death of Navalny. And the best price the U.S. can make Putin pay is to give Ukraine the help they need to fend off Putin's evil aggressions.
Johnson and others in the GOP have issues with the bill, saying it lacks provisions for migrants trying to enter the U.S.
The number one national security issue facing America today is our insecure, unsafe, and wide open southern border.
Schumer posting on social media, the bill is, quote, sitting on Speaker Johnson's desk while Putin waits to see if the U.S. will act. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The U.S. is investigating what happened to an unmanned Air Force drone that crashed in Yemen. U.S. military officials say the MQ-9 Reaper, which is primarily used for intelligence collection, crashed on Monday. The Iran-backed Houthi forces claim to have shot it down. It comes as a crew aboard a commercial vessel in the Gulf of Aden was forced to abandon ship following the attack. A spokesperson for the group says it was retaliation for American-British aggression in Yemen. The U.S. has continued its strikes against the Houthis inside of Yemen for the group's ongoing attacks. With less than a week until the South Carolina Republican primary, the state's former governor, Nikki Haley, is looking to make a dent into former President Donald Trump's lead. Trump has secured several key endorsements in Haley's home state, a sign of his commanding presence at the top of the GOP party. Washington correspondent Julia Penbrook has the details as the matchup as the South Carolina preliminary primary approaches.
A long list of South Carolina politicians have thrown their support behind former President Donald Trump ahead of Saturday's primary. One of his most notable endorsements is coming from former presidential candidate and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott.
I'm not campaigning against Nikki. I'm campaigning for the future of America.
Prior to the 2024 campaign, Scott had long been friends and political allies with Trump's last primary opponent in the race, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Haley appointed Scott to the Senate over a decade ago to fill a vacancy.
You're going to see the U.S. Senate become stronger because of the results of Tim Scott.
South Carolina is better because we have Nikki Haley as our governor.
Trump is now using that detail as a line of attack, saying this as Scott stood behind him during his New Hampshire victory speech last month.
Did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? You must really hate her.
I just love you.
In a statement after Trump secured Scott's endorsement, Haley said, quote, interesting that Trump's lining up with all the Washington insiders when he claimed he wanted to drain the swamp.
This is what the fellas do. The difference is I don't take politics personally.
Recent polling shows that Trump still holds a commanding lead in South Carolina, but Haley has vowed to stay in the race no matter the outcome in her home state. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Still to come here at 12 News at 11, we head to Owego, where construction is underway at the fire department's steamer house. We hear from those on the hose team about the significance about this project.
Where there is pain, find comfort. Where there is despair, find hope. Where there is fear, find peace. During a serious illness, the team from Helios Care delivers an entire range of expert support wherever you call home, including valuable education and training for family caregivers. Because even with a serious illness, the better you feel, the brighter your days. How can Helios Care help your family? Call or visit our website to learn more.
911, what's your emergency? Sheriff's Office is reopening an investigation.
This story was odd. Who returns without the love of his life and doesn't say a word?
The paranoia took off like a tsunami.
People became more and more obsessed with the case.
This house should be burned!
That was when the chase began.
As we're running, I heard gunshots. People are still trying to mentally process how all of this could have happened.
Crime Nation, true crime docuseries premieres Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Don't miss great savings during the final week of Raymore & Flanigan's President's Day mattress sale. Get mega mattress deals on all the top brands. Save up to $400 on Purple adjustable sets, up to $600 on Beauty Rest Black, and up to $500 off Tempur-Pedic. Get better sleep for as little as $15 per month with no deposit and no interest for 72 months. Our mattresses are in stock and ready for free next day delivery and removal. Don't miss great savings during the final week of Raymore & Flanigan's President's Day mattress sale.
Trust Planet Pre-Owned for your next used car, truck, or SUV. Trust our no-pressure salespeople who are here to help. Trust our transparent, upfront pricing where you don't have to haggle to get our best price. Trust that we can make it easy with a world of financing options. For your next pre-owned vehicle, trust the Planet at Matthews on the Parkway or planetpreowned.com.
Since 1899, we have been there to protect what matters most, providing trusted coverage and genuine care to customers and communities across the state of New York. 125 years later, we continue to honor those values so that others can have the hope for a better tomorrow and the courage to persevere.
NYCM Insurance, how can we help you?
Central Serve's mission is to provide community support and guidance to the Endicott area through service and education. Our weekly Shepherd Supper is happy to serve healthy, nutritious meals to all who come in, no matter what their circumstances. And for those in need of clothing, you can visit our clothing center during our business hours. Please contact us for more information on our services.
Black History Month, supported by Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield.
A group at Corning Incorporated back in 2010 was tasked with getting more involved in the local community. Harry Robinson and some of his colleagues came across the National Association for Teachers. It was on their website he learned about the Read In program. They partnered with Corning and Painted Post and asked to come into the classrooms to read during Black History Month. Robinson says he hopes through awareness and teaching more African American history that white history, black history, and everything in between can just become to be known as history.
We were here. We weren't in a corner someplace. We were here making improvements, inventing things, doing stuff that people don't hear about. So now we want to make this part of American history by spending this time concentrating on black history so you can see the accomplishments and things we did. And hopefully in the future, this won't be necessary anymore because it'll be in the books, it'll be an everyday thing.
This year, the group is reading Rosa and Thurgood to the children in the classrooms. In the village of Owego, construction is underway on the fire department's steamer house. It's a recent project undertaken by the Owego host team to showcase the rich history of their fire department. 12 News' Autria Maneshny spoke to members of the team about the significance of this project.
It is our history, and so it's up to us to preserve it. Because if we don't, nobody will, and everything will go to rot.
The Steamer House project is the most recent historic preservation initiative in the village of Owego. It focuses on displaying the village's steamer engine, which is believed to be one of the oldest in the United States.
The steamer itself is one of very few left in the country. And we had it all, we're having it all redone, and it will be the only working steamer in the United States.
The steamer was purchased in 1866. It was one of 5,000 built in the whole country. It's currently getting repaired in the state of Maine to become operational again. Here in Owego, the host team is working on constructing a 360-degree viewing structure to house the steamer engine and other firehouse memorabilia.
We purposely had the building surrounded by glass so the community, tourism, people from outside of the village can also see our history. So it doesn't just satisfy the village residents to see their history on display. We're hoping it brings tourism into the village of Owego as well.
There's also an educational component to this project.
Long-term goals is we've already started speaking with the school districts around the area to actually pilot a program with high school students so they can learn how steam works, how the old steam engines work.
The steamer is set to return back to the village this summer. The host team says they're excited to display the rich history of the fire department and pay tribute to one of their old members.
Bob Kishpaw, and that was his baby. And he took care of it. And when Bob passed, it just kind of got stuck in the back corner. And so we're trying to make it, visible for everybody to see.
Autria Meneshny, 12 News, Tioga County.
Those in attendance at the Discovery Center today had a chance to play and learn on President's Day. The holiday programming including information on presidents and their first ladies, some trivia, scavenger hunts, arts and crafts, and a whole lot more. These engaging activities offered kids an interactive way to learn the history of the United States presidents. The Discovery Center says it's important for kids to learn about politics and the history of this country, and this is a fun way to pique their interests.
Children learn from the hands-on experience, and so creating the crafts, it kind of gets their gears thinking, about presidential stuff, and then they'll take away stuff, and they might leave here with a little curiosity and might want to learn a little bit more.
The Discovery Center said this event put a fun spin on a history lesson. 3 Girl Scouts from Vessel have been honored with a Girl Scout Silver Award, the highest award that a Girl Scout cadet can earn. The award-winning project put together by Madeline Hersig and Lily Street St. John, my apologies to those ladies, all aged 13, focused on providing personal hygiene items to those in need. They collaborated with the Vestal Public Library to open a personal hygiene pantry at the library's entrance. All 3 hope the initiative will inspire others to do good in the community.
The main goal we did this was because we wanted to show young people that they had a chance to make a change in something if they didn't like it.
The project was made possible through community donations and donations from Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, and others. The public is able to take any items that they don't need, like toothpaste, deodorant, laundry detergent, or anything else from the pantry there on a weekly basis. We'll head over now to the Weather Center, and we'll check in with Howard to see what's going on here in the southern tier, as it's a little bit chilly out there, Howard.
It sure is. Tonight is one of the colder nights we've seen in recent times here, but as far as what's going on, and there's a lot of quiet weather in the lower 48. Looking out west, they have winter storm warnings, they have wind advisories, they have winter storm watches, they have flood watches in effect for parts of California. So again, an influx of Pacific moisture continuing to make for a rough time in parts of California. Closer to home, clear as a bell, nice and quiet. Now, why is it so cold tonight? Well, here's why. We have high pressure over top of us. That's giving us clear skies. Now, during the day, sun comes in and the radiation heats the ground. And then as the day progresses and the night comes, that ground begins to radiate some of that heat or emit some of that heat back out into the atmosphere. But when we have clouds, such as we don't have tonight, those clouds kind of stop that outgoing radiation and keeps it in the lower levels and helps keep temperatures up a little bit. But on a situation where tonight, not a cloud in the sky for the most part, these conditions allow for that radiation of that heat right out to space, completely out of the area, out of the lower part of the atmosphere, and that creates the cold weather that we're seeing here tonight. Look at these single digits right now: 7 Sherburne, 6 Plymouth, 6 Norwich. Teens, though, here in the southern tier, it's going to be a cold night in just a little bit. It's 11:15 or so, and we've got, more hours of daylight or more hours of nighttime to go with that high in control. It's going to be pretty cold tonight, so single digits. Not quite as cold tomorrow, though. Today was only in the upper 20s to near 30. It won't be that cold tomorrow. No major weather issues all week long, and there is a chance of some rain and snow later this week. Looking ahead into late February, early March, Climate Prediction Center has our area in a 60 to 70% chance of above average temperatures. For the month of March now, this is a new outlook from Climate Prediction Center. They have a 50% chance of above average temperatures here in our area. So again, continuing with El Nino type year, or winter, I should say. Overnight tonight, we've got clear skies, a lot of sunshine tomorrow, beautiful day. Tomorrow night, a couple clouds. Other than that, another nice day on the way for Wednesday as well. Those temperatures, again, will be in the single digits to low teens tomorrow morning, waking up. By tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be in the mid-30s around lunchtime, and then we should top out high temperatures tomorrow in the upper 30s to low 40s. But we have a lot of sunshine on the way for tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Next chance of precipitation, I don't think it's in here till Thursday or Friday. Take a little bit of a step back there on Saturday, but then once again, Sunday and Monday look to be heading back into the 40s.
I know we're supposed to sit here and talk a little bit about the weather, but I need to apologize to the Girl Scouts one more time. I can't have them be mad at me. I need those Thin Mints.
You need those
I need
cookies,
my Samoas. I mean, we're getting into Girl Scout season, and I can't have them be upset because I got their names wrong.
You absolutely can go ahead and apologize all you want, because you're right. Those cookies are important.
You have a favorite?
I don't actually. No, I don't have a big sweet tooth. I don't. I just don't.
See, that's the problem. I'm going to go from here over to Wegmans and get me some ice cream after this.
See, now you got sweets on your mind. You're in trouble.
And we got sports on our mind as well. Still here at 10, we head to Daytona. The green flag at the Great American Race dropping a day later than usual due to the weather. We have the full results from the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan the call now.
Saving money is now more important than ever for seniors. But if you purchased a $9.95 guaranteed acceptance plan, you could easily find yourself overpaying for very little life insurance coverage. With the $9.95 rate, a 65-year-old male receives less than $900 in coverage. For $10,000 in coverage, he would pay over $110 a month with a 2-year waiting period. Fortunately, with Senior Life Insurance Company, he pays less than $58 a month for $10,000 in protection. There's no waiting period, no medical exam, and he saves over $600 a year by choosing Senior Life. A 65-year-old female saves over $400 a year. Don't overpay for your life insurance. Call now to see how much money you could save with Senior Life. We could help you get cash back from your current overpriced policy. Call now to lock in your coverage and low monthly rate. For your free quote, call now.
The Helping Hands Food Pantry has been servicing the needs of Berkshire, Richford, Speedsville area communities since 1986. We provide necessary food supplies as well as personal care products to those in need. We also try to provide special products such as gluten-free offerings, eggs, fresh fruits, and vegetables. Visit us at 11 Jewett Hill Road in Berkshire during our business hours to find out how you can help.
This is the Jeff Keyes Auto Sports Desk.
The Brooklyn Nets will start the second half of the NBA season with a new head coach after firing their head coach, Jacques Vaughn, Monday morning. A source told ESPN earlier in the day that the team is promoting assistant Kevin Ollie to the interim head coach position. Ollie won a national championship in 2014 as the head coach of the UConn Huskies. Vaughn was 71-68 overall in his tenure with Brooklyn. The Nets are 21-33 this season, though, and right now sit in 11th place in the Eastern Conference. The team 2.5 games out of the final play-in spot behind the Atlanta Hawks. Brooklyn starts their second half Thursday against the Toronto Raptors. A women's top 25 matchup on Monday. Number 21 Creighton taking on number 15 UConn. Blue Jays got out to an early lead thanks to a 13-0 run in the first half, but the Huskies fighting back. Paige Beckers hits the jumper to cut the deficit to 3. The 2021 Naismith Player of the Year led all scorers with 21 points in the game. UConn up 9 now as Aaliyah Edwards gets the friendly bounce from the top of the key. Edwards had 20 points in the game, adding 8 rebounds in 27 minutes of action. And UConn pulls away in the second half. Nika Moll here with the 3. Huskies take down the Blue Jays 73-53. UConn remains perfect in the Big East, improving to 15-0 in conference play. A top 10 matchup as well on the men's side as number 6 Iowa State travels to Texas. The Cyclones tipping off against the second-ranked Houston Cougars. That game getting close to the finish right now. Number 2 Houston up 71-61 over the Cyclones. And we have 10 NHL games on the slate this President's Day holiday. Sabres fall to the Ducks 4-3. Bruins get the win over Dallas. Toronto with the 4-2 win as well. Wild, they put up a 10 spot against the Canucks. Vegas blanks San Jose 4-0. Edmonton doubles up on Arizona 6-3. The Flames, they burn out the Jets 6-3. And the Hurricanes blow down the Blackhawks 6-3. A lot of 6-3 games. It's weird. Ottawa head south. They shut down Tampa 4-2. And one game here not on the boards. The Red Wings, a winner in overtime over the Kraken 4-3. Daytona Sunday turned into Daytona Monday as the Great American Race was postponed over the weekend due to weather. The NASCAR season starting up as 40 drivers looked across the finish line first at the sport's most famous raceway. The Rock taking a detour from the road to WrestleMania as he made his way to the starter's circle to get the engines going. We pick up the race with 9 laps to go, and they say rubbing is racing. Well, there was lots of rubbing here off of the restart. William Byron gets loose, slamming into the number 6 Ford of Brad Keselowski. 18 cars a part of this wreck. Green flag dropping again, though, with 1 lap to go. The number 1 and number 2 cars, they spin out off the green flag, putting the race back under caution. William Byron, he picks up the win at the Great American Race. The win is the first at Daytona for Byron and the 9th all-time for Hendrick Motorsports. It's Hendrick's first win since Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the race 10 years ago. And that is a wrap on the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales Sports Desk. We're back with one more story after this.
Now is the perfect time to get a big deal on a brand new Honda. That's because your Honda dealer is loaded with new inventory. That means more Pilots, more CRVs, more HRVs, more Accords, more Civics, and more great deals. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR financing on the Honda Accord and the CRV. But don't wait. For big deals on America's best brand, hurry into your upstate Honda dealer today.
There's still time to save up to 30% during the final week of Raymore and Flanagan's President's Day sale. Add new style and comfort to every room in your home. Save big on sofas and sectionals, dining sets, bedroom furniture, and more, all up to 30% off. Also, find the right mattress for you and explore all the top brands for as little as $15 per month with no deposit and no interest for 72 months. In stock and ready for free next day delivery. Don't miss great savings during the final week of Raymore and Flanagan's President's Day sale.
Gary, I got the new Extreme Multiplier ticket. What's this?
I couldn't scratch these tickets with just 2 hands, so I multiplied them.
Gary, this is extremely weird.
Is it, Beth? Or is it extremely awesome? I can scratch for 50 times the winnings, 100 times. I designed this little hand special.
Couldn't you scratch them one at a time? Maybe.
More winnings could be in your hands with the Extreme Multiplier Series from the New York Lottery.
Black History Month, a time to celebrate the strength, resilience, and brilliance of the Black community. WBNG is proud to join the Trinity AME Zion Church to celebrate Black History Month. From the unsung heroes to influential trailblazers, together we honor the past and shape the future. Join WBNG in celebrating Black History Month, proudly sponsored by Trinity AME Zion Church.
I'm Joey Steenhagen, founder and artistic director of Running to Places Theater Company. At Art2P, we believe that theater is a powerful tool for teaching the critical life skills to the middle school and high school students that we serve. Participation for our students is 100% free, and so is attendance at our shows. This is only possible with the support of our community, folks just like you. You can learn more about getting involved and to support our work at runningtoplaces.org. That's runningtoplaces.org.
And thanks for joining us tonight at 11.
We wish you peace, love, and happiness. Have a great rest of your nights.
And did you just miss that? Don't worry, we got you covered.
At WBNG.com, you can find the latest news, weather, and sports in your area simply by clicking the respective tabs. You'll also find local events, newscasts on demand, around the tiers, and much more. Got a question? Click on the Contact Us tab to talk with our team.
Visit WBNG.com.
So not time for one more story, but at least time for one more check on the weather. Howard, how cold is it going to be in the morning?
We're single digits already in some spots. Again, we're looking at, I checked the Mesonet site in Tully, down to 2 degrees already. So it's going to be a cold, cold morning.
It's like I'm back in the North Country.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're back tomorrow for your morning show. Stephen Colbert up next here on WBNG.